Well, hello everyone. I'm Drew Badger, co-founder of EnglishAnyone.com, and today I thought I would share a free speaking evaluation that I gave to one of our Master English Conversation subscribers. There are a lot of great tips in here, and I thought they would be useful for everyone out there studying, so I'm releasing this for everyone to learn with. I hope you enjoy, and if you like this, feel free to post a comment down below this video, or feel free to send me a mail at info@englishanyone.com if you have any questions. Here we go. You'll have to forgive me if my voice is a little bit low today. I do lots of recordings over here, but I'm just waking up here in Japan, and I was so excited to get your mail so I could finally listen to your voice. I love listening to all the different voices and learning why a lot of students are interested in improving their English. I've got a couple of things I'll go over with you. So let's just get started first with how you should be using the lessons. So first of all, how do you use the lessons? Um, in general, first of all, your English is really great. And I think you didn't say exactly what you'd like to improve, but I'm guessing it's probably more things about maybe getting a little bit faster, probably thinking less. I can't tell if you're still thinking a little bit in German or not because your English is really good. Um, but I'm guessing you want to speak faster and maybe improve your accent a little bit. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And then you'll just have to decide if you want maybe a little bit more of a British accent, which might be a bit easier for you because of the German, or if you want to have more of an American accent. So these are kind of harder sounds like the R sound, which we'll talk about as well. So the lessons basically, because all of the students that are in Master English Conversation are basically good at understanding. They can read really well and they can usually hear pretty well. They can listen well. But they're not very good at speaking confidently. So what we do basically is we provide a lot of various topics that allow you to go back and you can kind of choose whatever you want to. We have basically almost a full year worth of different kinds of lesson topics, and that gives you the chance to study in whatever order you wish. So don't worry about having to go in a particular order. Just really try to go with what your interest is. And also, for lessons in the future, if you think there's anything else you'd like to study or other things that maybe other people aren't covering or you can't find information about it, we love to hear that. So if you have any ideas, we always try to build Master English Conversation, create these kind of lessons with students so that we can give you the best value possible for your time. So basically, whatever order you want to study in is absolutely up to you, and all the kind of level of the English is pretty much the same, kind of an advanced, maybe intermediate, upper intermediate to advanced kind of English, but the point here is just to learn lots of different kinds of vocabulary, but also different techniques you can use to help you practice and get fluent faster. So that's basically the lessons in general. So next, how to study. First, really think about what kind of accent you'd like to have, and even if you're happy with your accent now, that's certainly fine. It's actually really good English, as I said. But really think about the kind of accent you'd like to have, and then you can start focusing on how you would work that. So, as an example, a couple of the sounds that you made, you'll notice the blending of sounds becomes much more important, and you do that quite well, but a few sounds like the R sound. So you said like you were talking about your friend from Korea when you were living in San Francisco, and you said she was almost like your daughter, and you don't have the strong daughter sound. Again, this is the difference between an American accent where we say daughter and a British accent where they would maybe say daughter. And again, it just kind of depends on what kind of pronunciation you want to have. The interesting thing is that you do make the R sound really well in a word like traveling or reading, where you have that strong R sound at the beginning of the word or in the middle of it. So if you can like take a word like star, where you get to practice something with the R sound at the end of the word, but if you take two words and put them together, like star and then reading right after that, So you can practice blending those together. Star reading, star reading. And then after you practice for a while, you can leave the eating off of reading. So it just becomes star, star, and you can begin to improve that accent. Again, it depends on what kind of accent you'd like to have, but from what I heard in general, that R sound is in particular something that you should work on, but that would be a really easy way to do it. Also, you'll notice when I make pauses here, I say things like and These are filler words, and you don't have to use filler words, but I definitely get the German yeah, yeah. That's a very German way of pausing when you think about what to say. So it may take a little bit of adjustment, but if you want to sound more natural and more native, because your English, as I said, it's really, really great English. If you want to sound more native, then replace the German yeah with an English So just try doing that. Go back and listen to the recording you made. Like actually take some time and listen to your own recording, and you'll hear the difference in the sound between yeah and So even if you don't change anything else about the sentence or about the recording that you made, if you only change yeah into or it has a much different feel and sounds much more like a native English speaker. In addition to that, I think you have the right idea about how to study, and your situation is pretty common with most people, where you begin an English class and it's not very fun and you're not very motivated, and that's great that you're ditching classes and actually doing something more productive with your English. So you understand how to study. And so what we try to do with Master English Conversation is just give you more tips and resources and vocabulary so that you can learn that and then actually go out and find native speakers to practice with. I know there are foreigners living in Germany, and if you don't already have foreign speaking friends over there, we have lots of video lessons that teach you how to make them, how to find people out there. But do the same thing in Germany that you did in San Francisco. um, you kind of do the right thing. You will improve and learn a lot of English by reading. And I know exactly the same thing you are talking about you really get excited about books, because I was also not very excited about reading when I was younger. And then I got into reading through philosophy books, and so I got really interested in that, and I had to start reading there. So I learned a lot and became a much better reader. But in your case, I think I would actually recommend that you watch more television, because you are going to learn and see. It's a different way of learning English and listening and watching how people move and speak, from watching movies and television and actually spending time with real native speakers that you can find in Germany with you. So really think about, again, what your specific goals are for learning, and that can be the kinds of words you want to learn or the kind of pronunciation you want to have, and you will get much better at being able to speak. Also, you asked about, what do you call it when you enter an English class? We just call that taking a class. So you took an English class in San Francisco. You can say attend, but that's much more like a dictionary kind of word that somebody would find if they're a non-native speaker. So if you want to sound more native, just keep it nice, short, and casual. I took an English class in San Francisco. But again, it's fantastic to meet you. I'll tell you a little bit about myself here. I came to Japan in 2003 to study Japanese gardening. And I ended up becoming an English teacher, and I really enjoy what I do, but I also really enjoy physical, kind of spatial design and doing gardening, that kind of thing. So I do that in my free time when I'm out here. Anyway, it's been amazing to meet you, and I will always be here for you if you have any questions going forward. Really just, stay with Master English Conversation as long as you can, because there are always new words, new things to learn, and then you can have a really, really simple way to learn a lot to go out and actually practice with that. So again, I'll always be here if you have any questions, but really enjoy studying, and if there's anything you don't know, just send me a mail. Bye-bye. To learn how to speak real conversational English, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, with a free trial of our Master English Conversation lessons, and to get fluent in English faster with our free email newsletter and email video course for students, visit us at EnglishAnyone.com.